All right, so Aaron Judge is the New York Yankee. Now let's bring it home. Were you more shocked with this end result with the Padres? They raid the Boston Red Sox for that bat? Did that steal your breath away? Because I thought this could happen. I didn't think it would come at that price tag, but it did happen.
Yeah, it was surprising to me because the Padres were speculating on all these different shortstops, which we were surprised by. Then they made a run for Turner, and then that didn't work out. And they said, well, we're out of the market for shortstops. And then all of a sudden, Bogaerts comes, and yeah, it's a shocker, both in San Diego and in Boston.
29 years of age, he gets the $11 million deal. And that obviously takes him up to about $25.5 million per season, which was right about the price tag that you and I talked about a week ago when we did our baseball meetings preview. I thought his price tag would be 24 to 25 million based on what agents were telling me. They get a star, 292 career hitter. He's got some pop. He does not have the range of other shortstops. He's huge. He's a big guy, but he's really, really good. And I'll tell you, how shocking is the other piece of the story. The Red Sox had done a Zoom call with him earlier that afternoon, and they upgraded the offer. They only offered him 6 years, 160. 160 as the market was rocketing. And he never responded. You know how the Red Sox found out? This is a shocker. Their front office was at the Delta Club at Lindbergh Field, waiting to catch an 11 p.m. flight to go back to Boston when they got the message that Bogaerts was going to San Diego. Not from the player, not from the agent. They got notified from the media. Do you think their hearts sank as they sat in the Delta Club at Lindbergh Field? Holy cow. And are they getting skewered by the Boston media, which always has opinions, John? Because if you look back at the last 2 years of rosters the Red Sox have had and how many guys are gone off that roster, obviously led by Mookie Betts, but so many others. Oh, bad time in Boston. By the way, in Boston, the winter's coming too. Bogaerts, this guy can play. He can hit. He's a real strong influence in the clubhouse. He was beloved. He was a Red Sox for life up until yesterday afternoon. And this has a lot of domino effects. It now allows the Padres to rearrange their infield. You got Machado at third. You got Bogaerts at short. They will move Hassan Kim to second. Cronenworth becomes maybe a quasi first baseman or maybe even an outfielder. There are negatives that are attached to this, and it sounds weird to say there are negatives right now, but the Padres, John, have now rocketed above the $233 million luxury threshold and above the second threshold, which was 253. As of dinner time tonight, Padres payroll is 254, and they still got acquisitions that they have to make, and they still got arbitration guys that they got to sign. The Padres tax rate at this instant, and it's going to go higher, they owe Major League Baseball $10.5 million right now because they're a third-time offender over the second tier of the luxury tax. In addition, they forfeit second and fifth round draft picks because they're a third-time offender, and they're giving up $1 million in international signing bonus money. So, John, this is an enormous investment for that player today, but it's also an investment that's going to impact down the road. And the Padres are not done. They still need a left fielder, although they just did sign David Dahl, who had a group of good years as a left fielder with Colorado. They've got stories and pitches out there to Kodai Senga, but I don't know that they can afford it. If he's asking 15 to 20 million per year, whether they can afford the Japanese pitcher. There is a whole second tier of pitchers they can go get and rent. So Xander's acquisition, wow, boy, are there stars. And, of course, you got Tatis coming back too.
Yeah. I mean, the narrative seems to be, put Bogaerts at short, Kim the second, Cronenworth the first. I'm of the opinion that it's not going to be that because Kim is the superior defensive player. So you should leave him at short. And Bogaerts has some questions defensively, so maybe have him at second. They're all going to rotate around with the DH position, depending on who else they sign. But get this, the Padres are going to have 6 shortstops in the field covering the 8 defensive positions. I mean, Tatis, Machado, Kim, Cronenworth, Bogarts, and who am I-
Manny.
and Manny. Yeah. So and Nola's a shortstop too. So incredible. And next year, because they can't do the shift, you're going to need those infielders to play really good D and have a lot of range. And now when you got 6 shortstops on the field, it's going to be incredible.
6 shortstops, no left fielder, no first baseman, and a little bit thin in the pitching rotation. Banner day. This is an exciting day, exciting week for San Diego Padre history, for its fans, for its community. But, we'll put an asterisk next to any conversation going forward because, John, you got Machado opting out, and you got Soto represented by Scott Boras, who always takes his client to free agency. So the Padres have to win this year or next year. And the other item that's part of this conversation is a lot of mileage on that starting rotation. There's a lot of age. Do you know the Padres have the second oldest starting rotation in all of Major League Baseball? So got to win. This guy gives you a chance to. I am so amped about what they did. And I know there's a lot of screeching from some of my cohorts in the media about dollars and is this sustainable? Hey, pal, it's not our money. It's Peter Seidler's money.
Right.
Now, the downside to what they've done is ticket prices are going to jump again. They've raised ticket prices 20%, then 18% in the last 2 years. I got to believe with a 254 million plus payroll, ticket prices might bounce up again. But I'm not going to throw cold water on the sunny day that we have right now because this is really a lot of fun.
It's fantastic. Padre fans have something to be excited about. Petco Park is just so fantastic, with big crowds, lots of young people. It's a party scene, and they're going to take it up a notch next year.